Hello, my fellow Raiders, Doomers, Crusaders, Scullies, and Dialers of Destiny. It is I, Nathan, co-founder and current admin of the California Jones fan group, and I'd like to welcome you all to the first Show and Tell Saturday of 2024. Yes! Show and Tell Saturday is back and in full swing. My fellow admins, Pete Casiopo, Daniel Reiser, and myself, were talking about how much we missed Show and Tell Saturday, about how it was a wonderful weekend treat for people to come together and talk about the many small things and big things that we love so much about collecting Indiana Jones gear and being able to share it with you all. So after this Show and Tell Saturday, if you have a piece of indie kit that you'd like to show us and tell us all about, please submit and you might be featured next Saturday. But without further ado, let's get into the first Show and Tell Saturday of 2024 proper. So what am I going to be showing off in today's video? Well, in my own personal YouTube channel, I have talked a lot about the indie fedoras I've owned. And specifically, I have talked about how this wonderful Last Crusade fedora in Deep Sable by Michelle is pretty much the king of the pile. I still feel like this is the greatest Indiana Jones fedora I have and will ever own. But now there is a second king on the throne of the most perfect Indiana Jones hat I have ever owned, and that would be this. This, for your viewing pleasure, is my newly acquired Penman Hat Company Raiders of the Lost Ark fedora. I still can't believe I own, but also the story is unbelievable, and a lot of people are just as confused and amazed as I am that I actually came to acquire it under the circumstances that I did. So what's the story behind this Penman? I was going through Facebook Marketplace, just scrolling. I wasn't really looking for anything, and I found this gentleman who was selling 2 vintage hats in need of a good clean. And I just saw the back of this hat, and it was very crushed, very dirty. It almost looked darker than what you see on camera here. And I thought, oh, that's actually a pretty nice looking fedora. Let's see who made it, which vintage company made it. And my jaw absolutely hit the floor when I saw the Penman Company logo. Really quick, can we talk about how glorious these liners and sweatbands are? Just wonderful work, John. So my jaw dropped when I saw this, and I knew I was a fool to not at least inquire about picking it up. So I messaged him and I said, "Excuse me, is this still available?" And he got back to me pretty quickly and said, "Yes, both hats are still available. Are you interested in purchasing them?" And I said, yes, absolutely. So we set up a time and date to meet, and he brought out this, the other hat from the ad, and about a couple of others. And he was looking over the others. He said, "Are you interested in any of these?" And I grabbed this and the flat cap that was in the pictures, and I said, "No, I'm just interested in these, thank you." So I was looking it over, and I asked him, how much do you want? $20 was his answer. So I handed him $20 faster than I think I've ever transferred money from my wallet to somebody else's, ever. Again, he did not look like this when I got him. He was in much worse for wear condition, very beat up, very squished, improperly stored, and incredibly dusty. So when I came back here, I cleaned him off with my hat brush, and I tried to do a little bit of a hot water technique in which you take a mister, like one of these, and you fill it with hot water, and then you just sort of spray around the hat and try to bring it back to shape. That kind of worked, but it also showed that my knowledge of hattery is very limited. So I looked around to try and find someone who would reblock it, and then my buddy Trent Ryan suggested, "Hey, why don't you talk to Caleb Noth of the Adventure Den, because he reblocks and makes hats all the time." So I messaged Caleb and I said, "I understand it's the holidays and that you might be busy, but would you want to take on this project?" And he said, I've reblocked a Herbert Johnson, I've reblocked an Ad Vintage, so I would love to get the Holy Trinity and reblock that Penman for you. So I boxed this up and I sent it over to him, and I kid you not, in less than a week after I sent him this hat, he sent me pictures of how you see it now. And my heart stopped at how beautiful he's made this hat look now. I'm going to put it on so that you can see the fit, which is real nice, Clark. Oh. I have folded the sweatband just to give it a little bit more Raiders authenticity and for a slightly tighter fit, especially since I've cut my hair pretty short. I'm just going to do a full 360 so you can see the amazing detail work that Caleb put into this hat to make it just an excellent, excellent Raiders piece. This is exactly what I have always wanted ever since I got serious about screen accurate gear, which is another reason this hat is so special to me, because in the sweatband, written in John Penman's hand, September 13th, 2017. So to have a Penman Raiders fedora, because I was always considering Penman to replace my Ad Vintage, so to have a Penman from 2017, the year in which I became very serious about this hobby, just means the world to me, and it feels like destiny. And I thank my lucky stars above that I get to wear this hat with my Raiders gear and just be that much closer to seeing Indiana Jones in the mirror. So thank you, Caleb, for making this hat perfect. This Penman and this Herbert Johnson are the two kings of my indie collection, and I am so glad that I got to share them with you today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.